Hello and welcome. Now this is the over-the-shoulder follow-up video for our list building module. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple of aspects of list building that you'll want to know before you start implementing this process of making sure that your autoresponder ties to your webinar system. Now what you're going to notice when you use GoToWebinar is there's not going to be any integration for an autoresponder. So that means then that you're going to want to make sure that you collect leads as soon as the person registers for a webinar. So that means when someone actually signs up for your webinar, you are going to want to direct them to your own confirmation page. And that's a simple click of the button here, and you're going to put a link here to a page where you're going to have an opt-in form for people to sign up. Now, this is going to mean then that you might have some drop off between people registering for the webinar and people actually signing up, but you will collect some leads just by doing it this way. And when you send people to a thank you page, it's going to be a good idea that you actually go through the process of selling the opt-in. So when you're looking at a page here, and this is one that we're putting together here in OptimizePress, and you'll notice it's going to ask for the email address. You'll notice that there's a video here. You'll notice that there are some points here, and we are promising something that when they get it. So you want to make sure that this is going to be the page that people see when they log in. You can promise them the slides. You can promise them some pre-webinar lessons or some pre-webinar content or something free, but you want to make sure that you're doing what you can even when you use GoToWebinar and getting them into the registration process and getting them into your opt-in. Now there are other systems like Webinar Fusion Pro that will allow you to set your autoresponder so that when a person actually signs up for your when they sign up for your webinar, that they're actually signing up for your list also. So you can actually do this inside of Webinar Fusion Pro and other sites that are going to be like this. Now we talked about doing single opt-in emails, and one of the things you're going to want to take note of is you're going to have to turn off the confirmation if that's what you want to do. Now you can turn off that confirmation, and then you can actually have it so that the people will not have to confirm to be part of your list. One of the things you want to take note of is that if you're going to be using an API, you're probably going to have to call your autoresponder company and let them know that there's going to be an API and that they are going to have to make sure that the confirmation doesn't go out anyway. They do that in order to ensure that you're not importing spam email addresses. So again, just go through your autoresponder, call them, and just make sure that the API is going to work even if you have the enable confirm opt-in turned off. This is going to work pretty much the same way in Aweber or any other autoresponder company, but that's going to be one aspect you're going to have to manage if you want to make sure that the registrations become part of your email marketing list. You're looking at Google Hangouts, which is pretty much going to work the same way, but you are going to have to make sure that the people are sent to the page where you want them to be. And there is no process for you to tack on to Google Hangouts or no direct integration. It's going to be something you're going to have to do manual, and we're going to go back to that example where you create the landing page and you're going to send people to that place in order to become part of your list. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.